Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about default annotation and named annotation in AEM. Okay. So we discussed about basically inject annotation value, map value annotation, and a couple of other annotation in my previous lecture. So default, if I consider default annotation here, so default annotation generally we are using when the particular dialog field is empty. Okay, one field is empty, and suppose that we are not authoring any value, but by default we just wanted to display some value. Okay, and the second one is that suppose that while doing the development, right, and suppose that if we author the component, we just wanted to display default value without authoring any kind of field. Okay, so in that case, only we are adding default value. Anyway, I'm going to show you some example, and after that, you will able to relate whatever I'm talking about. Okay, so generally default annotation works with basically we can use with value, map value, we can use in inject and request attribute and script variable and self. Okay, so this kind of some of the examples we have here. So within this example, we can use default annotations. Okay, so and let me jump to the basically intelligent. Let me talk about this one, and after that, we'll discuss named annotation. So everyone, I'm in IntelliJ basically. Okay, so previously we talked about this one, right? Value map and other annotation here, as I mentioned earlier. So here, suppose that within course title, we do have couple of values. Right now, if I go here, I have added one value here, right? If I go here and maybe within here, I can edit the component. Here I have one value. Okay, suppose that I'll remove this value. When I'm saving this one, we are getting empty space, right? We are not getting anything. If I refresh this page, so the field will be empty and we don't have any other thing here right now because I removed the annotation. So within this basically, if you wanted, suppose that we kept field as a blank, and suppose that by default, if you wanted to display here, okay. So in this case, generally we are using default annotation. And suppose that within this we have couple of other fields, and we created this new component. And by like suppose that when we author the component, all the default value will automatically come. Okay, so this is the example. Generally, by default, we just wanted to add some placeholder or something related to that. Generally, we are adding this default annotation there. Okay, so let me show you one example, and after that, we'll discuss further things. So I'll jump here within intelligent. After that, within value map, what I can do, I can use default annotation. So we have within EM, we have default annotation. So we can use it default annotation. And after that, we have to write values. And within values, whatever by default value you wanted to write, we can write it here. Okay. So suppose that here just wanted to write this is course title, or just I just wanted to add here maybe course title field. Anything we can add based on the requirement, I mean to say. Okay, course title field I have added. And after that, if I build this code, okay, so even though we haven't added anything in the dialog box, okay, in the dialog field of the course title, we'll able to get this particular value on the page, okay, and this will behave as a placeholder. That's what I talk about. Okay, suppose that we have couple of forms. Okay, one forms we have couple of fields. Okay, and those field you wanted to generate like label you wanted to generate maybe directly by default something while authoring the component, the field will reflect. Or one component we have where we have title, description, and couple of other fields we have. So some by default value we just wanted to add when we drag and drop the component, right? So in this case, generally we are using default annotation. So I'm just giving one example, okay, so that you guys can understand. The code is built, everyone. So as you can see, I don't added any field here, any component field I haven't added, right? But when I refresh the page, we'll able to get by default field whatever we have added here. Okay, so this particular field this particular content we are getting whatever I have added. And after this, if you add any actual content, suppose that I'm adding once again hello AEM, so we'll get the actual content. Okay, this is the basically this is the use case of a default annotation. So this is generally if you don't have any kind of component or any field added in the dialog, and you just wanted to display some by default values, in this case we'll use the default annotation here. Okay, so let me go to the slide and discuss named annotation, and after that we'll give the example related to that also. So in the second one, we have named annotation here. Okay, so name generally means is that suppose that couple of others property we have like JCR call and title, resource type, this kind of thing we have generally will not able to basically specify or declare the variable in Java classes, in model classes, right? In that case, we are generally using name annotation so that we can fetch the property related to that. Okay, so for that we have to use some alternative name within the variable, and the exact name we can use in named annotation. Okay, so I hope you understand this one. Otherwise, I'm going to give one example, and after that you will fully understand whatever I'm talking about this one. So let me jump there. Let me jump to the Eclipse and let me talk about one example. Okay. So everyone for no named annotation, I mean in Eclipse for named annotation, I was talking about suppose that if we are not able to display some kind of variable or something within Eclipse, right, while declaring the variable. So in that case, we are generally using at the rate name annotation. So let me go to CRXT and let me talk about one kind of example here. So I'll jump in CRXT. So this is our course title. Let me refresh this page first. Okay, so this is the content page custom AEM project, and within this page we have added our course title. Okay, if I jump here, so if this is the component we have added, and this is part of home page, right? So that's what I am showing you guys. So this is the AEM home page, and if I traverse to the tree, okay, content node, as you can see, JCR root, and after that within that we have course title. Okay, so this is the all the property related to course title. Right now we are able to display this course title, which is hello AEM, and that's what we are able to display on page. If I go here, so as you can see, the same thing we are getting here, right? And if I jump to the once again to the same tab, so here, as you can see, apart from course title, we have couple of other property here. So suppose that if I wanted to display, maybe I just wanted to face this course title is using which resource type, or when we last modified by if it is admin, or if you wanted to check uh, who created this particular basically who authored this particular component or something, right? So this kind of thing we'll able to understand also, like admin, this kind of detail we'll able to get. Okay, so suppose that I just wanted to fetch which resource type this particular resource is used in, so that part also we'll able to fetch. So suppose that if I copy this one, generally we are injecting this property, right, in our model, correct? So if I copy this one, everyone, if I go to Eclipse, I'll directly create at the rate value map value annotation, and after that I'll just write private string. So as you can see, if I am declaring this one, we'll get the error, because in this the variable should be this kind of thing. Generally, will no special character or colon, comma, something like that. We can't declare the variable, right? So in this case, if I so cannot resolve to a symbol, okay, because this is not the way generally we are displaying the or declaring the variable, right? So in this case, suppose if you wanted to fetch this kind of property, okay, if you wanted to inject basically this kind of property, JCR property, so in this case we have to use at the rate named annotation. Okay, so generally how we are planning, so here we are using at the rate named annotation, and this property basically within bracket, what we are doing within bracket, we are adding this property. So we are providing alternative name here, and that's what it means. Okay. So suppose that here, what we'll do is that we'll generally use some kind of resource type, any kind of variable we can use, but I'm writing some similar kind of variable. So in some similar kind of variable you can use, but exact name you can use it here. Okay. So in this way, and what we'll do, we'll generate getter and method, getter method regarding that. So I'll go to generate, and after that getter, and we'll select this one resource type, we'll able to get the getter method. So as you can see, we are able to get the getter method here, right? Yeah. And after that, I'll go to basically this method. We have to add the logic, STL logic we have to add, so that we'll able to get the content in HTML, right? So I'll go to our company UI apps, then we'll go to course title component and course title.html. Okay, this is already added. So what we have to perform, like how we'll add, as you can see, item value this variable, and after that, what the way we are adding, so we have to use this method, right? Correct. So we'll copy this method here, and after that we'll jump to here. So we'll remove this one for now. I just wanted to. So generally in this way we are calling the any kind of getter method, right? So but in AEM how we are generally defining everyone, we have to remove get method, and the first letter should be small here, and we have to remove the bracket. Okay, this is the way I talked about earlier also. So I am able to fetch the content also in STL. So if everything works fine, we'll able to get this data. Okay. This particular path resource type path we'll able to get. Okay, so let me check if everything is fine. So I'll go once again here in a course title model. So everything is correct. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just build the code. We'll able to see the content. Okay. The updated content. So suppose that if you are defining some JCR property which we can't declare directly here. So in this case, we are using at the rate named annotation, and any kind of alternative name we can define it here. Okay. So build is getting successful, everyone here you can see. And I'll jump to the once again to the page. Okay, here. And within this page, what I'll try to do, I'll just refresh the page. Okay. So whatever content we have here, we'll able to get. As you can see, resource type we are able to fetch. Okay. So in this case, if you wanted to fetch any JCR content, okay. So in this way, with the help of at the rate named annotation, we'll able to fetch. And suppose that if I'll remove this one, so we'll able to get by default value. Okay. The code also there in our Eclipse. Okay. So as you can see, we are able to get the both the things. So I'll add once again hello EM. So the same content I'll be able to get. I hope you understand both the things. So I'm just giving all the examples so that you can able to relate basically behind the scene for one of the component how that particular concept are working. Okay, so in this way it will be easy for you to visualize and for you to understand better. I hope you find this one okay. Let me know if you have any doubt in comment section, and thank you for watching this video, everyone. Bye.